right, it is Pick Central. Now, talk. Smitty, talk. Rico, talk.
Brandon?
20 seconds ago, you're all having this big sports discussion, and I say, wait till the cameras come on, and you all just stop talking.
This is Barstool Sports.
Waiting for our host. Also, it's presented by Asshole.
Oh, you an ad guy now?
Somebody's got to fund the salary.
This is the one show that has ads. You said it yourself.
True.
Pick Central brought to you by Fireball Whiskey, the #1 shot in the United States of America. Fireball. Sometimes you just have to say F it and free your fire, whether it's an after-work party or you're just getting together with your boys to watch football. Whatever you're doing, maybe it's a happy hour, Fireball takes any event to the next level. Fireball, the best shot in America. They bring you Pick Central today. Next time you're deciding between adulting and fun, say F it and free your fire with a beautiful shot or a glass or a bottle. Fireball. Hello, boys. Smitty's here, unfortunately. Marty Mush here, dressed like a goddamn idiot. Big Ev is here, wearing the squarest hat possible. Rico Bosco over there.
What's up?
Laughing like a goddamn idiot. Carl!
What's up, boy?
My friend Carl in the building.
I'm a bulldog.
Yeah, you are.
Now, can I tell you real quick before we get going? I had softball playoffs. You gave me the Mississippi State Bulldog hat. People don't know this about Brandon. It was my all-time favorite stories of anybody I've ever worked with. We're at the College World Series 2021. We're going into my first game. I just get off the plane. I'm not saying Brandon picked me up in the rental car, but it was like, hey, we're going to meet you there real quick. I'm going into the first. I'm telling you, this is going to change the way you look at Brandon Walker. We're going to the first college baseball at the College World Series. The first game. We're walking in, he's like, hey, it's a Mississippi State game. I got something for you. Like fucking Benny the Jet pulls out the hat out of the back pocket, and it's a Mississippi State hat. I still have the hat. I was wearing it at softball playoffs. We lost in the championship. One of the kindest things anybody's ever done for me, give me the Mississippi State hat. They won the national championship that year. They had the whole time.
But you lost in the softball championship.
I did. But I was telling the boys, I was
had
like,
anything
hey,
to
I
do
think
with
we got some special juices
Is
in Mississippi
that
State
the
hat.
Chicago thing where they don't wear gloves?
Yeah,
That
that's
makes
the one.
no sense to me.
Sure, I bet.
That really
Hey, trust me, I bet it
You
doesn't.
know, that moment we had probably tells a lot about me, and I appreciate that, but it probably tells a lot about other people, because in that World Series, I was trying to pull strings, and I was trying to get everybody on the same team. Marty Mush was out there, and I had the Mississippi State equipment manager personally deliver to me a couple of large jerseys, expensive jerseys, and I give Marty one, and I say, all right, we're going to be on the same team tonight, and then this goddamn cunt shows up at the game an hour later wearing a Virginia jersey like a smiling fucking idiot.
Hey, it was funny. Hey, still got the jersey, though.
Marty Mush is about Marty Mush,
Oh.
Carl. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
You're talking about something
Phillies
else.
jerseys today, huh?
All right.
Hey,
well, there's a lot of
what's your
Phillies.
show called later?
Which one? I don't know. I got a lot of shows.
What's the last one?
Unnecessary Roughness with Casey
What's
Smith.
the one at 6 o'clock called?
You talking about the Brandon Walker college football show with Brandon
definitely
Walker?
don't love himself at all.
Well, I mean, that's just good branding is what that is. Ben Mintz, how you doing?
Doing good. Just got the Hawkers jersey out. First match today without Coley, so big day.
You guys lost 11-4, right?
Well, hey, maybe you're seeing the future, but it hasn't happened yet.
Okay. All right. So, everybody.
How'd you guys do last week
Oh, at what?
at trivia? You opened the
I
season.
didn't participate. We
No,
haven't
but your team opened the
haven't
season.
started-
You were on. You were on.
haven't started our season yet.
Oh, okay.
We haven't started our season, and you beat a non-Brandon Walker team by 1. That's embarrassing. That's embarrassing. You beat Big T by 1. You should quit. All right. So here we go.
Oh,
We're
one
on
on the
at
season.
we're on at 7 o'clock.
Oh, 1 on the season. You're not even going to get your participation.
7
Oh,
o'clock.
that's right.
tonight.
The Big F makes his Kirk Minahan team Minahan debut.
The only thing you had last year was a participation trophy. You're not going to get it this year, so bite your tongue.
I hope the Braves break their fucking dick off in your face. All right, so
No, it's not you during the 80s.
we have Major League Baseball playoffs continuing
Loaded today.
The second round it's the divisional round, right? That's what we're calling it. Divisional round starts today. 4 series. You have the Guardians and the Yankees. You have the Mariners and the Astros, the Dodgers and the Padres, and first up, the Phillies and the Braves. We have a couple of dumbass Philly fans here. Booze is back there wearing his jersey. There are a lot of Phillies jerseys here today. You're right.
Hop on while you can.
I'm just going to say this. My family went to Hershey Park for like 25 years.
Great establishment.
And
Nowhere close to
in
Philly.
the
It's probably
early
your boy.
90s and late 90s, you did not see a lot of Phillies jerseys walking around Hershey Park. And then in 2007 and 2008,
Philly.
you started to see a lot of Johnny-come-latelys. That's all I got to say.
Okay.
That's the worst series by the way, of all 4.
the Braves and Phillies? Why? I think they're all decent series.
That's the worst one of all.
Why?
Dodgers Padres is the Yankees Guardians probably is close the worst, but I think Dodgers Padres is a great one, and Mariners Astros I think is going to be the best one.
Phillies have their worst pitcher going today. The Braves have their arguably best starter. The Phillies are, they're still underdogs, but they're favored more than any of the other three teams playing.
Carl?
They're -2. The Braves are -205, and then.
I thought they hit Max Fried pretty well, too. I thought the Phillies hit
Not really.
okay.
Not really.
What's the situation with the Phillies versus Braves? What's their edge? We just talked about it on Hot Ice. Ev, Rico, do you remember?
Well, usually knocked them out. I mean, they put up, it was the last 3 starts, they scored like 1 run, 2 run, and 3 runs.
They
didn't mash them.
They didn't mash them, but they can get.
They were able to hit them a little bit. Yeah, a couple like 5 or 6 hits.
Braves are a better team. Ranger Suarez, hopefully, will keep him in it. He's been a great pitcher down the stretch. He gives the Braves fits a little bit. He lost 1-0 late in the year. It's going to be a low-scoring game. We have the under on the card. It's going to be tough. It's going to be a tough series. I don't want to say miracle if the Phillies can win, but they got a shot. If they win today and then got Wheeler and Nola coming out, Big T's going to be pressing.
Well, I think in a 3-game series too, it's probably way more even if it was a 3-game series, just based on the Phillies 1 and 2 between Wheeler and Nola.
They have, in order to win the series, it's going to revolve around Wheeler and Nola going 7+ strong, and kick you in the dick.
But if they price it to 3 games, it would be much closer, right?
Yeah.
Pick 'em.
So you host Starting 9?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
With Jake Arrieta.
Thank you for promoting that.
You're
no one
very
else
welcome.
Does it.
You also host Hot Ice with These Idiots.
I get to follow the trail that Rico and Big F Blaze. They do a great job with it. It's an awesome product.
Well, let's not say all that. Anyway, you host Starting 9. If you had to rank the series, what's the best series in your opinion out of the Braves, the Phillies, the Guardians, the Yankees, the Mariners, the Astros, and the Dodgers and Padres?
Well, Marty said Mariners, Astros, and I agree that has probably the most sex appeal. I think probably the best baseball series we're going to see is the Guardians and the Yankees because they're 2 completely different teams, and I think public completely overvalues the Yankees and shits on the Guardians. And when you see them come together, I think you're going to have an amazing series here. Like all those games should be 1-run games.
Well, public always, I guess Yankees are always fucking whatever you just said, overvalues. But the Efros not playing is really bad for the Yankees. We don't.
So Scott Everos was just announced while we were doing Hot Ice.
Yeah, that's bad.
Tommy Johnny's out, right? So Scott Everos, who's the number 1 guy out before Clay Holmes, so he's like the first guy up if it's a 7.
We don't have a closer. Yeah, that's a bit of a problem.
What's
the exact?
They can't add Chapman at all.
He just didn't show up.
Can they probably through like a roster dynamic, maybe, but like there's no way you can add Chapman. You can't.
No, I would. I'm just saying, if you need a body, can you add him via the rules?
He's off the roster.
Yeah, the roster's already in. It's done.
So Nestor Cortez averages 5.4 innings per start. Severino's made 5 starts in the last 5 years. And when he does start, I mean, he's right around the 5-inning mark. So for the Yankees, it's not a question of whether or not they could score against the Guardians. It's they can. It's just, can the Yankees win a game where they only score 4 runs? I don't think the answer is yes.
I think so, though. But we have a bullpen that I think, like Jamison Tyon's going to be in the bullpen, who's pitched over the most innings he's pitched in a long time this year, who's been pretty good, actually. It's today. If Gerrit Cole can Jamison Tyon?
Yeah.
How?
I think he's a bit of a – I just think he's soft for that moment to put him into that role. Maybe he thrives, but I don't know if he's ready for that.
But I just think that, like, today is, again, this is for just every time we talk about the Yankees, we've paid this man to pitch today 7 innings to shut out 7 shutout innings.
Yeah, but it seems like every time Gerrit Cole is in a big spot, I just follow along on Twitter, and you just got the call to the DPS show? All right, Rico's headed to the Dave Portnoy show.
So it's actually probably fine because he finally started a blog for the 6th time they told him to. But regardless.
Oh, he's definitely going head-to-head with Gaz right now.
Yeah, it's exactly what he just is a crazy person. But, I think the Guardians don't hit a crazy amount of home runs, though. So that's good for Gerrit Cole.
All right.
Can we give a quick
simple.
All right.
Can we give a quick shout-out to Terry Francona?
Sure.
Taking another fucking team to
what you gotta do?
Playoffs. Like this guy. This guy was a Phillies manager in what, Booze? 97 to 99. Thought he was going to be out of the league.
Yeah.
forever. He didn't have dick to deal with, but thought he was going to be out of the league forever.
If I wasn't on Short Porch this morning, I was throwing the G word out for the game today for the Yankees. I'm not going to say it. I didn't say it because I respect my Yankee fans.
But Cal Quantrill's won 16 of his last 17 starts.
Yeah, he has. But Gerrit Cole is.
You hate Gerrit Cole.
Did you see what he said today, though?
You hate Gerrit Cole.
Did you see what he said today?
You have given up on Gerrit Cole 5 times.
I don't say giving
up is no.
Guys,
Disappointed.
Don't piss on my leg and tell me it's raining. You guys have absolutely
Disappointed. We've never given up. We said we pissed
giving
at
up
him.
is the wrong word.
Well, I'm just saying Did you see his quotes
They
today?
have shit on Gerrit Cole.
They've shit on him. That's different than giving
Not
up.
the
That's
same
different than
thing.
giving up.
There's always shit on your
totally
team.
different.
Yeah.
But his quotes today was amazing ricochet shot at Ohtani and Trout. It was fucking awesome.
What did he say?
Yeah, if we can
Why
try
is a
and
Gerrit Cole quote even referencing Ohtani
it
and
was
Trout?
very funny. He was like, if I wanted to play in if I wanted to play with the Angels and have Ohtani and be Ohtani and Trout and never play in the postseason, I would, and had to have better numbers out there too. But I'm not. I'm playing in New York today.
Why would he have better numbers out there?
Dude, he did not say that.
He said something along those lines.
It's a lot easier to play.
There's no way he said anything even remotely close.
What are you talking about, bro?
What's the quote? Read it off. I want to hear the word for because
what are we
my
talking
thing is
about?
Well, let's just see what's the
I
word.
mean, I obviously exaggerated it.
Oh, they got it. They got
I
it.
exaggerated it, but it's.
You
It's very
exaggerate
nice
straight up
on-
yellow journalism then.
Fuck, he said it.
What are you guys talking
I don't
about,
think
bro?
that's-
If you guys ever fucking come at me, I'm
Guys,
gonna be pissed.
I don't think that's what he. What you
literally-
said isn't what he said.
It's basically the same. I could be spending today. He said
That's exactly what he said.
That's not a shot at Mike Trout and Shohei Ohtani.
playing
I-
Trout and Shohei
How can-
Ohtani. That's a shot at him,
How can
bro.
you not say it is?
What?
Say, do we have video of him saying it, or is this from
How's
Paul
that-
Sachs Sports?
How's that a shot?
I was at a shot at saying I'd rather grab the bull
What's the
by
question?
the horns and
What's
be
the
pitching a
question?
big time game in the playoffs than sitting on my ass by my pool. Brandon Walker.
Yeah, and also
Like, you know,
like,
Read or what are y'all?
But how do you not?
What's the question, though?
Make y'all so goddamn dumb. What? He is not taking a shot at Ohtani.
why would you say Ohtani and Trout then? Why would you say it if you're
It's
not taking a
referencing
shot?
where he's from.
You can be Ohtani
referencing where
or
he's from.
Trout, though. You can be Ohtani or Trout that's not playing in the fucking.
So do you
playoffs.
think is Gerrit Cole taking the next step? Is he a bad boy? Is that what we're
That
saying?
is
Like,
like-
he got a
he's
little
saying I
bad boy
could've
vibe. Let's talk about that.
He's saying I could have collected the check and just went to some team that wins 75 games
Yes.
a year.
Oh,
and
let's-
and just hang out and grill.
time out.
Still kind of collected
by the pool.
Are you guys using Michigan Yankee fan as your primary source?
That's
is this
what I
like,
was
Is
curious
this
about.
anywhere?
Well, this is
I
on. This is
haven't-
Hubs literally.
Marty's quote. I had not.
I haven't seen any.
He's already backtracking.
I'm coming in here
It's
saying
on
I
Paul
don't think there's
Sachs
a
Sports.
chance in hell Gerrit Cole
Hubs
got Paul Sachs.
Hubs
I don't
told
think
me.
there's a chance in hell that
Not
Gerrit
Marty.
Cole would give a quote
Not
with
Marty.
Mike Trout's
Hubs
name in it
told
or
me that.
Shohei's name in it. I just
Get Hubs in here.
I would
No, I don't want Hubs in here.
I'm gonna ask him because
I'd
I'm
be
not
willing to
getting.
stake my reputation on Gerrit Cole saying Mike Trout or Shohei Ohtani in a quote before the DS. I'll do that.
One, first of all, I did short
I
porch.
mean, not that I have a reputation of stake. I'm just saying.
I did
don't-
short
there's
porch
no
this
way.
morning, and Hubs is like the Yankee guy who told me. He goes, and he did that whole ass quote. So I'm not taking that one. I'll throw him under the bus in a second. I will.
Sure, we're hot about this quote seconds ago.
Because people,
not when I saw it, I kinda like
if
it.
Hubs told me,
Guys,
no,
when I
because
saw it, it got me
everything I
fired
say,
up.
you guys fucking say shit.
that's
about
not
me.
true.
You go blow me. Go.
No,
fuck
no, this
yourself.
is not personal with you. This
It
is
was
purely
every-
whether or
like,
not Gerrit
It
Cole
wasn't
would say
personal.
that.
You're the one that brought the quote up, so we had to come
when
at you.
someone
Not a Marty Mush
tells me,
Gerrit Cole thing.
when someone tells me that literally breathes the Yankees every day, would you believe Hubs if he told you that?
Yeah, I would believe Hubs.
That's not my
I
fault.
would. I'll agree with Marty on that.
That's just not my fault.
Hey, look, I love my aunt, but I
No,
won't believe
you
her
can't
Facebook
get.
posts.
You brought it up.
I
And
understand.
we're very emphatic
I
about it.
apologize.
I made me
There, that's it. That's it.
Apologize.
The quote made my balls tingle. I liked it.
I liked it too. That's why I brought it
I
up.
really
I
liked it.
never fuck.
So was that the Mush Minute or?
I hope so.
Gerrit Cole's like the nicest guy. He's supposed to be like the nicest fucking guy in the like people
I
love
haven't
him.
heard
They're
that.
like people love him. The players, all that shit. He ain't gonna fucking get up there and talk shit about Mike Trout. Dude throws 100 miles an hour. He didn't be saying
Should
that
though
shit.
because he's.
He
Going
better-
out to
no,
try
he
and throw a
needs to pitch
fucking
good
8
today.
score.
We'll circle back to baseball. We'll circle back.
Oh, can I get one more Phillies note?
We circle back to baseball.
One more.
Illinois is ranked 24th. Fine.
One more. Did you see?
It's coming up.
Did you see how 38-year-old David Robertson, third guy out of the bullpen, injured himself out the celebrating Bryce Harper's home run? Look, I'm 38 years old. That guy should be doing nothing but fucking waking, training, and pitching and sleeping. If he fucking moves during a celebration or anything else, something's going to get tweaked.
So nobody's allowed to have emotion.
No.
Nobody can have
Not during
emotion.
the playoffs. Not when you're 38 like that. And not.
You just want to top what Marty just did and say something even dumber? Is that what you?
I'm just saying it's a bad break. It's a really bad break.
It's a bad break. I agree with that.
His arm.
I agree with
his
that.
arm this series.
So, but when Bryce Harper hits a big postseason home run, Robertson's just supposed to go like,
Yes, go.
like that. Way to go, Bryce.
Once once you hit what, 32, 33?
Dude, I'm in the prime.
You
of
know
my
the
life.
reputation of David Robertson?
What is that?
Of all things you could say about David Robertson, you're like, oh, what? Not even joking. The fucking number one thing that comes up,
What, big dick?
the size of his calves. The
Yeah.
fact that he injured one of his fucking calves, he has beloved calves. He's one of the only fucking big leaguers who every single appearance
First of all,
hits up.
who are you, Johnny Drama? How do you notice that?
I know this because this is like a thing when you bring up like anytime his name has been brought up for like years in front of.
I'd love to be
big
known for
leaguers.
my calves. Imagine
Yeah,
of all the
dude,
body
yeah,
parts to be
it's-
known for, your calves.
Incredible.
It's really,
Yeah.
Yeah.
an unsung body part.
Wait, fuck you guys.
No,
It's
you've
real.
already apologized.
It's real.
No way.
You've already apologized.
Athletic. Is the athletic real?
Not really.
You got to pay to get it.
Somewhat, at least.
I mean, they've been,
it's
they've
not
been begging
ball-
people for money for
It's not,
years.
it's not
Getting
ball
text.
sack
They did.
sports.
Brandon's right.
I'm getting
Better than
texts.
ball sack
Is
sports.
this real or not, Marty?
I'm getting texts from Hubs and even TJ. I trust TJ too.
Well, I trust TJ more than anything.
Who is texting? Here's a link to that story and these quotes, and it's the Athletic. I don't pay for the Athletic because I'm not paying to read.
All right.
Fair.
So fuck you guys.
Fair point.
All right, Hubs, if you're watching, walk your ass in here. Okay, so can we circle back to baseball in a minute?
One more Phillies note.
No, absolutely not, because that last note was trash.
Because
That was an interesting tidbit. That's going to affect the series.
You don't think that could have waited till the circle back?
No, because I don't think he will be circling back.
I will be circling back to baseball. I got Carl in here, for God's sake.
Oh, if
17.
Hubs comes in, we're gonna have to circle back.
All right, so I just told Hubs to come in. We're obviously
All
circling
right,
back.
we'll circle back. We'll synergize.
Well, we have a Monday Night Football game that happened last night. We have controversy coming out of that game. We had some of the most interesting coaching decisions we've ever seen on a Monday night. Last night, it was a wild game. The Raiders looked to be in control. God damn, he came over here fast.
I see. Because I can't. Because that was a lot of.
Fine, we won't circle back. We'll talk about Monday Night Football in a minute.
We'll plow through.
Yes.
Don't act like you don't know what the room. There's a mic and an empty chair. It's a mic and an empty chair. I invited you in. He didn't invite you in.
You guys got a game tonight.
It's not his
Just
show
Fucking
either.
walk in here. You got one.
First of all, they all fucking
Editor in chief.
jumped on my throat for saying this quote, and it's
Why
a
would
real.
you say it's fake? You
Oh,
actually.
they
convinced-
told me.
You just convinced me
They
somehow, and I
told me.
read the article this morning.
They told me. You guys all told me it was fake.
Marty, you've already
I
apologized.
still don't believe this.
Very-
and then you apologize.
It's very real.
No, because
Literally,
Carl
I
jumped at me
read
like, "Oh,
the
you would
Athletic
never
article
say
this
that."
morning.
He fucking said it. So I want to apologize for
How
everyone
would you
else.
think I'm not telling the truth?
Well, okay.
They said it was
hold
from Ball Sack Sports.
Relax. Okay.
Who?
Stop.
I think anything we just
My biggest thing was it doesn't seem like that big of a shot at Shohei Ohtani and Mike Trout. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't seem
Oh,
like
I think it's a shot at like the Angels for just being irrelevant, and how he just did. His biggest fear is being pitching for an irrelevant team. That's a
That's a shot.
I don't know that it's a shot. I think it's just him saying.
just a ricochet shot. I don't think he intended it to
I think
be
it's
like
just
a
him
big-
saying I did choose the Yankees' life.
As I said, he shows.
But I don't think that's a.
I think it's.
You were acting like
He's a
he's
Southern California guy. He could say, "Hey, listen, if I wanted to come home and be around the UCLA campus and my family
could.
and grill burgers," and
Why would he say
Essentially what he said.
Shohei Ohtani?
Is it-
that's the famous players.
They just play. They're the best players on that team. I don't
bag.
think he intended it to be a
I
shot.
don't think there were personal shots at Ohtani and Trout.
I want an apology that I was right about the.
You already apologized.
No, because you guys all were not nice. What do you want,
Coach,
Carl?
real.
That's real.
you can
real.
literally
quit
be
playing both
convinced or
sides,
unconvinced
please?
Of anything.
I'm not playing
Yeah.
both sides.
Bouncing back and forth.
No, because
He just backtracked.
Well, no, I
Seven
thought it was
different
real,
things
then I
at
was
once.
told it was fake.
So fast.
is it real or not?
It's real.
Very real.
It's real.
I would
He
confirm
wasn't
it's
talking
real.
shit about him. He was talking about fucking moving home to Los Angeles.
He was talking about playing playoff baseball.
Yeah, he's talking about. I didn't want to be on an irrelevant team like those guys.
That is talking shit.
Did he say, "I don't want to be on
To
a"?
some degree.
I just
Said his
I
biggest
think-
fear is
I think-
irrelevancy.
All right.
Somebody call Mike Trout right now.
What Hub said is correct.
Oh,
though.
by the way,
He's
how
a
many-
Fucking
bad team.
fantasy league. Somebody call him.
How many times have you given up on Gerrit Cole this year?
Given up, no, but like you can lose faith in a guy like a little bit. Like my
I
confidence.
feel like that's given up.
no, like I mean, like lose a percentage of faith. Like your confidence.
Okay,
gets
all right,
lower.
good. He's starting in your postseason opener today. What's your percentage of faith?
100%.
Okay, that's dumb.
No, I'm realistic. So like
I'm gonna say it.
he has the highest home run rate. Giving up the most home runs this year. It's the percentage of his fucking runs are all home runs. The saving grace is the Guardians don't hit a lot of those. So higher than I thought it would be a couple weeks ago. I'll say that.
70.
Sure. 75.
I'm going to say it soon.
I also don't. I'm a big proponent of looking into K props and shit like that, gambling odds like of a guy.
Right.
Like with Max Scherzer, his game one was like 5.5.
Yeah.
Told me he wasn't going to pitch well, go long. Happened that way. Cole's is 6.5 tonight. Don't love that. I'll say that.
I'll say this about, you're right, because I looked at Freed's today. Freed's is 4.5. And Fried has struck out more than 4.5 in like 7 of his last, or like a lot. And I don't know why his is so low today.
Another thing I haven't looked at yet, over under and outs is another thing I like to look at. Scherzer's was very low for that too. I think it was like to him to get in the 6th inning. It's Max Scherzer in a postseason game.
What's Gerrit Cole?
I haven't looked at Cole's yet. I haven't looked at that. I got to see that. But his K prop I think is 6.5 and the over is plus. Don't like that.
With the Guardians have the lowest strikeout rate and they have the highest contact rate.
But
the
that's
lowest strikeout rate and highest contact rate.
They just don't hit a lot of home runs.
It's really,
they do have a couple guys.
Joe Ram and Naylor are like their big boppers.
They have guys
Everyone
with a knack for hitting big home runs.
Sure, yeah, like Naylor. Naylor in the postseason a couple years ago against them was big for them. He'll come through. He'll be a menace this postseason. And Joe Ram's great.
They also have a pussy in Straw.
Hey, Naylor's a Canadian, and they don't get enough credit in the big leagues because when they do get there, like that's a true the way like hockey culture is celebrated because like those guys don't give a fuck. Naylor does not give a fuck. No batting gloves, just like 256 average, takes monster hacks 0-2, 1-2, 2-2.
We're the best Canadian ball.
Another guy that's
time.
Jason Bay, Joey Votto,
Matt Stairs,
Bo Naylor, Josh Naylor's brother on the Indians.
Is that it?
No, you're forgetting somebody obvious.
Oh, fucking Roy Halladay.
No.
Wasn't he Canadian?
He's just Toronto.
Well, that's.
Or did he just play?
Coach Rob Thompson's Canadian.
Coach Philly Rob is Canadian. That's true.
Rob Thomas from Matchbox 20 is Canadian.
He never made the big show though.
Thompson.
All right. Thank you, Hubs.
I'm sorry, Brandon.
You don't have to apologize. Why are you here, by the way? The baseball.
Everyone should apologize.
The Bears have a stream on Thursday night, even though the Bears are playing
You
at
got
home.
baseball and you got everything this week.
No, I was like, no.
Bears Commanders Thursday night
at Soldier. At
the worst
Soldierville.
team lose.
No, Brandon, to answer your question, no, it wasn't because baseball. We should get you out here with everybody. No, but I will be out here with everybody. We're gonna watch a little game tonight. Smitty and I were talking.
It's gonna be nice.
Ooh, Larry Walker, also Canadian.
Yeah, that was the one I was thinking.
There you go.
For some reason, my mind went. I knew it was a Rocky. And I was trying to think of the Rocky it was.
Andres Galarraga sounds a little Canadian. I don't know why.
Not even a little bit. Not even a hair does he sound Canadian.
Sounds like he's from Latin America to me.
And I was thinking of, mine was worse. I was thinking of Todd Helton, knowing that I watched him play quarterback at Tennessee.
The original Big Cat.
Speaking of college football, though,
you could be Canadian and play quarterback at Tennessee.
Illinois Fighting Illini are
Am I getting an apology?
Let's get out of the way.
For what?
The quote was real.
The quote was real.
I don't think I ever said the quote wasn't real. I said I said it wasn't a shot.
Hey, you know what, Marty? I'll apologize.
Thank you.
I'll throw you a bone.
Ebo?
I'll throw you a bone.
I just asked if you were going to use Michigan Yankee as a primary source. I will not apologize.
I was probably the most arrogant about that.
Ebo Sneaky was the one that threw the big bench.
He was a piece of shit. He was the biggest piece of shit.
They
didn't say a word.
I said, do you use Michigan Yankee as a primary source?
Out of the fires of mortar, crafted from the
coming back
depths
in
of hell, here comes
go?
Bosco.
I mean, I wasn't expecting to be in a war, and then I got thrown into a war.
Why are we not expecting to be in a
was
war?
a war?
Every time you go in there, it's a war. Who are you in a war with?
You are
Yeah, but
blogging
I don't go in.
You are blogging about someone though, so you gotta.
It wasn't that. It wasn't
so
even.
then
It
I
was
don't
bad.
know.
It was
The war with gas?
No, it's just it's like tough. Tough war.
Is it a winnable war?
It's 100 years war.
I don't think so. No. Yeah, pretty much. 100 years war.
It's a war of attrition.
Smitty, you win.
3 presidencies.
Sometimes you come in though and you're wrong about that, and you usually look all right on it.
Well, you can win battles.
Yeah, I've won a few.
Did you win that one? You think or no?
I don't think so.
Oh, can you? No. Look at it.
I know. Bob doesn't
Usually be madder when he really loses.
I'm working on that.
That's good. That's good.
Triggers.
So, NFL last night, the Raiders were down 30-23.
They were up 17-0.
Okay, well, that's not what we're talking about right now.
Kind of a big deal that Josh McDaniels is up 17-0 in 2 separate
That's
ball
fine.
games.
They were down 30-23 with 4:05 to go. They scored a touchdown and said, "You know what? A tie's not good enough for me. I'm going to roll the dice and I'm going to go for 2." They don't get it, and they end up losing the game 30-29. We'll get to what happened after the game in a minute. There were 2 interesting 2-point conversion calls. Both failed. What do y'all make of this call? Is this something that if you're a Raiders fan, are you just absolutely pissed off at your coach, or do you think that's bold? I don't know what you're doing.
2 for 2. I like both calls. I like them both.
I like the Chiefs call better than I like the Raiders.
I like the Chiefs putting the ball game out of hand with 3 scores. I like the Raiders solely because you're playing the Chiefs in Arrowhead. You go up there, you're going to need to stop them anyway. I know that argument's going to be used against me, but it gets more momentum. You're probably going to have to get the ball back regardless.
Well, you put more pressure when you did stop them, and they stopped them. You then had to score to stay in the game.
Look, they
were tied at that moment.
I also know how Andy Reid kind of coaches and knows how listen to me here. If that ball game was tied, they would have met Mahomes balls to the wall, drove down, kick it from the 10-yard line. Since they were up by 1, Andy Reid became conservative. 2nd and 3 on the Raiders side of the ball. The running back gets stuffed. You knew that was it. They tried to go Hail Mary 3rd down and then punt. Like, it was a totally different game. And I know that's, revisionist history saying McDaniels was right. I was okay with the 2-point call.
My point, I loved it, and I actually love the play call too because I think teams make huge mistakes throwing too much in 2-point conversions, and a lot of times if you spread it out, just run it.
And Jacobs was threshing.
That was the right call, and he got stopped on the fucking barely inch line.
Yeah, I thought
I liked it.
I thought
it was the right
I really
call.
thought he could have stretched that ball in there. It seemed
they ran it up.
Really...
They ran it down their throat the whole game too.
That being said, though, I mean, you're in Arrowhead. Take the tie and make it a 4-minute game and see what happens.
Well, I think there's a couple things to go into.
You brought a loss into the equation.
But what I think the 2 biggest factors I think that probably made them go for it was, one, what they both said, they were running the shit out of the ball down their throat. And the second thing that I think no one's mentioned is that the Chiefs kicker looked like shit.
Mm-hmm.
So I think to put them
he kicked a 59-yarder.
Yeah, he missed
but
he missed 1.5.
He almost missed an extra point. He missed one that they got blessed.
By the way, when's the last time you saw a fucking defensive holding on a goddamn
They
field
got
goal?
blessed on that one.
That was
shaky.
That was a makeup call.
Made a bomb, but it was shaky as hell.
A bunch of makeup calls.
Yeah, no,
it was in the moment. I hated it as a Raiders plus 7.5 guy, but football brain, I didn't think it was terrible.
I don't really mind it either way, but I just thought there was too much time left to there was like a minute and 30 left.
It's like 27 seconds. Yeah,
there was 4 minutes left. Like they were gonna get the ball anyway, so like it's not like. I don't know. I'd rather just be tied to make sure you have a chance instead of putting that equation in.
We should probably redo Enrico Bosco. Get back in the show. The other show's over.
Yeah, I do have a strong take.
Okay. We should redo the not that bads because the 1-4 Raiders are probably the definition of it.
All one-score games.
All one-score
losses by
14
points combined.
See, but I would kind of put them closer to the bad category because they had higher expectations coming into the year.
Yeah, but they're not that. Like they're right in this game. Yeah. They have the Chiefs dead to rights last night.
How much of a swing it was? They win that game. They're literally one back in the division.
McDaniels for being this offensive genius. Jerry Thornton had a great blog today. Like Derek Carr. I mean, he looked okay last night at times, especially on those bombs to Adams. They were right on the money. He's regressed this year, like statistically, and the offense has. He has. Ebo, has he regressed this year?
That's another
new
thing.
system.
Ebo back there.
Well, yeah, he has.
Quiet on.
Well, no, he has. Yeah, I said Derek Carr hasn't played well this year. I still think he was like a good quarterback for a stretch there in like 2019 and 2021, but he hasn't played well.
Dude, you bring in McDaniels, but there's this offensive guru. Like, where the fuck is it?
Can I just take a pause for a second, and we're going to get to Rico's good, strong point? Za, why is there a map of Africa up on your computer?
So I am looking at a map of all like the native lands. So like, for example, Mississippi, Brent.
Right. Yeah.
You are. You in Mississippi.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Are sitting on the lands of the Choctaw. Well, yeah, whatever.
Choctaw Indians. Yes.
Yeah, good luck telling that to Mississippi State.
No, we respect our Choctaw brothers.
So I was trying to figure out where my natives are from.
Fair enough.
I guess he explained it.
All right,
that was just pure honesty.
I look over there. It's a very colorful. It's a very colorful map. I'm like, what in the hell is he doing? So fantastic, Rico. Your thoughts?
Yeah, we're gonna just get it decided this week. I do disagree. Well, I'm kind of amazed that the Chiefs are a home dog to the Bills, and I know the Bills are out of their minds. But at what point, and it could be early, and I could definitely eat my words, but at what point do we start looking at the Chiefs as potentially the Patriots?
In what way?
In the sense that they're always there in the Final Four or the Super Bowl.
Don't get him started, because I feel like this is about to get him started.
Oh, they're always there. Thank God for that one Super Bowl.
It's only been 4 years.
And they made the AFC Championship in every year. That sounds familiar.
Okay, fair. But I'm just saying, like the Ravens picked off the Patriots, the Jets, teams picked it off. But who was the king for a long period of time?
Well, the Patriots. Yeah.
Right. I think the
The more you're there, the more you get on the green, the more putts you're going to make.
Yeah. I just think that this 15 is Mahomes is so dynamic.
Yeah.
And I now think we're going to look back in like a 10-year stretch, and they're going to be in the Final Four and Super Bowl, and he's going to win multiple.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You got a great coach, and you have a generational QB.
It's not a hard take, but I'm saying like successful dynasty of all time. Like it's hard to do that in the NFL.
Yeah.
I think Mahomes is really going to get there to have a long career of big-time success.
Hey, who blew the parlay?
Me and Smitty.
Yeah, but I mean
wasn't
that
blowing it.
Wasn't really Smitty.
you were reading the right fucking board with that parlay. I mean, the fact that Devontae Adams had 3 catches for 4,000 yards.
Yeah.
Travis Kelce's over under 72.5 yards. He had 8 targets, 7 catches, 4 touchdowns, 25 yards.
That's the craziest stat line I've ever seen.
How?
4 touchdowns outrageous. Do you think
Biblical.
he's the best he's going to go down as the best tight end of all time?
I don't know. He might.
I don't know how you do.
Gronkowski was a hell of a tight end.
I understand that, but
Yeah,
I think
Kelsey's going to play 10 more.
Tony Gonzalez was a hell of a fucking tight
Tony
end.
Gonzalez. Yeah.
Kelsey might beat the long. We'll see, obviously. But the
Kelsey's going to play how many more years?
longevity could be there for him potentially.
He's going to play. He's going to end up playing 10 more years than Gronk.
He's going to play as long as he can with Mahomes.
That's what I'm saying.
That.
And he also
great.
He's already 33.
But a lot of people thought the Chiefs were going to regress a little bit without Hill, and I think he's the reason why that. Obviously Mahomes, but that's the reason why that offense still goes because of him. He's a problem.
It's
obviously.
just weird that the Raiders defended Kelsey so well between the 20s, and they get to the goal line, and they're like,
Not one
Especially that fourth one. The fourth one was
wide
on.
open.
he was only being covered by his own guy.
I mean, and Reed was giving. I mean, you saw the shovel pass to Jason Kelsey, the 3-yard line. You knew it was coming. Stuffed, but.
And after the show, which I don't think, or after the game, I don't think it's a big deal. Devontae Adams pushed a guy.
That guy.
I think that's fine.
That guy pressed charges 4 seconds after he fell.
And he said he's injured or
He
something.
had to tell everyone it wasn't life-threatening injuries.
Okay.
But you know what? You, as anyone that works, you always got prepared when if something happens, you could.
That's fine, but you can't be pushing no.
I need to see that guy at the next Chiefs game with the camera with a neck brace.
Oh
on.
yeah.
It's like,
But I mean,
fucking-
I think regardless,
Oh, he better not leave his house.
there's
for
way too many people on the sidelines of football games.
That is very true.
There are way too much.
Yeah, but I mean, you can't.
No, I
One
understand.
thing if you get knocked over running a route.
You just lost a bad game. I know you shouldn't push him. Brandon obviously knows the same. But you're walking you're walking into the tunnel after a bad loss that you should have won, and some guy is running across your view. He just went like this. I understand it.
You can't.
Shouldn't do it.
He'll
You
get
shouldn't do
suspended,
it.
right? He'll get suspended.
I don't.
Maybe
fine.
he might.
He'll definitely get suspended.
I don't think it's definite, but I wouldn't be shocked.
I think the precedent of not getting suspended is going to be a
He's
problem.
going to have to suspend.
He has to be suspended.
I'm with Marty. I'd like to see an NFL game, nobody on the sidelines.
Besides the
nobody,
players.
just the players.
Yes.
Players, staff only.
I
Couple girls each sideline, but that's it.
I do sometimes enjoy the people that get
Nice.
smoked on the
yeah.
sideline, but it is far too
It's
like
just some like fat guy in a suit just gets ran
Yeah.
over.
I've spent a lot of time as a sports writer on sidelines. I got taken out one time at a junior college game. LeGarrette Blount took me out. Yes.
Did he punch you too?
No. I was he was playing football.
No, I know, but like
yeah.
did he notice?
The fence was about 15 feet behind or maybe 15 yards behind the sideline. I'm standing on the sideline. He gets run out, pushed into me, and he's a big guy, and I rolled back to the fence.
Oh, I wish
I
there
rolled
was
as far
footage
back
of
as I
this.
could. It was something.
Did you go feet over head?
I actually went. He hit me like in the chest, and I went feet under. I went straight down.
Oh, that's tough.
Yeah, and it was.
It's a big
But
body.
the defender rolled into my legs too. It was a big.
Took you out.
You saw it coming too. You just couldn't do anything about it.
Yeah, but you see it coming and like that.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, there's nothing you can do. Let's talk college football, and then we'll circle back to baseball. Okay, I got a couple lines I wrote down just that are very, very interesting to me.
I got one that I.
Good. I have some interesting ones. Penn State is +7 at Michigan. I don't think we know a whole lot about Penn State. I don't think we know a whole lot about Michigan. Michigan with a terrible non-conference. Their conference schedule so far has been Indiana,
Hawaii.
Iowa.
Maryland.
Maryland.
Conference schedule.
Conference schedule's been that, and their non-conference was god-awful. They're 7-point favorites over Penn State, who has a decent win at Purdue, We also don't know a whole lot about them because how good is Purdue? Really, how good is Auburn, who they won on the road at? So, but is there 7 points difference between these two teams? I wonder.
I'll never bet on them, but I do think it's the right side.
Michigan.
No.
Penn State.
Yeah.
Minnesota. Last time we saw them, they were disappointing themselves with a home loss to Purdue. Purdue keeps coming up. But they're at Illinois, number 24 team in the country this week, and they are 6.5-point favorites. Where's the 6.5-point favorite between these two teams? Where's the 6.5-point difference between Minnesota and Illinois, Carl?
Quarterback. Tommy DeVito's out. Art Sitkowski stinks. Sorry, and I like Art. We shared quarterback room together at the spring game. You saw me through a couple.
DeVito is –
Am I wrong?
No.
DeVito's solid. You're right. But I think what DeVito does can be replicated by Sitkowski.
Well, you would think so until Sitkowski comes in and throws a pick on the 5-yard line. Is another. He's bad. He's just a bad quarterback. He's a guy who's still hanging on to a 4-star rating. If you stand next to him, he's a big, gorgeous, fucking Aryan-looking kid. Yeah. The hair and the blue eyes and the muscles and all the shit. It's just like, who the fuck is this kid?
Chase Brown is one of the best running backs in the country. They're at home. They got momentum. I just feel like 6.5 is a lot of points in a game that I feel
100
like
yards rushing in 9 fucking games straight, right?
I feel like we just saw a 9-6 game between Illinois and Iowa. I feel like we're going to see another like 13-10 game here. I think it's going to be low scoring and very tight.
So are you saying you take Illinois plus 6.5?
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Here, the big problem is this is such a letdown game for Illinois because they beat Iowa for the first time since 2008 at home. My buddy made the game-winning kick. Nobody fucking asked, but I'm going to tell you anyways. His name's Matt Eller, nice kid. That's 08. Now here we are 14 years later. We just beat Iowa at home. Those kids are running around. Cams is open until fucking 6 a.m.
Yeah.
Class is canceled. There's no way they show up and play Minnesota. No, they could.
I think Bielema
it's up to Brett.
is a hell of a coach.
You like him?
Yeah, I like him. I mean, he's got Illinois ranked.
You're feeling the Michigan Penn State?
I think I'm feeling Penn State. I just feel like that's a 31-27 game.
I almost kind of like Michigan.
I know the line. Penn State's gonna be public.
I'm using my head. I think Michigan by like 10.
It's early. I'm just throwing out ideas at this
point.
No,
fair. I just didn't hear. I didn't know which side you were on the fence.
Should Oklahoma be a 7.5-point favorite against anybody?
That is a fascinating one.
Because this line screams bet Oklahoma. Kansas plus 7.5 at Oklahoma. Oklahoma has given up 55, 41, and 49 in the last 3 games, and Kansas is one of the highest scoring teams in the country. Kansas does have, I don't know the full injury status of Jalen.
Yeah, that's
Gabriel was close last week. I'd assume he's going to be back, but obviously
the Daniels thing.
What's the kid's name for Kansas? The backup?
Bean.
Holy shit, did he look good?
Yeah.
Daniels can run though.
Beam can run too.
Alabama is minus.
Second half, he played great.
I thought he was good.
Alabama is minus 7.5 against the Tennessee Volunteers, the biggest Tennessee game in 2 decades. If Bryce Young plays, I think it's a hammer Alabama situation.
Me too.
Yeah.
Can I ask you guys a random question related to this office? Like, is it as easy to cheer against Big T as I think it is?
Oh my God, it's one of the best things to do.
I fucking cheer.
Just hang around today during the stream.
He's fine, but like, there's something about that guy. I'm just like, I hope his fucking team loses.
Hey,
I'll tell you what,
you're
Carl.
a Phillies fan today, Carl.
I'll tell you what, though. We got an equivalent Alabama fan. We got Big T's here. We got Travis for the boys who does social, and he's an Alabama fan, and he's the exact same thing as Big T.
I think Travis a little.
Shawnee?
I think might be like. Listen, Big T's a nice guy. I think Sean might be a little nicer.
The biggest, I tell you,
our Braves
fans have first-round grades at left tackles.
I think Sean's a pretty
300, the biggest fucking people walking around here at Braves.
I offered Big T a peace offering Chick-fil-A meal for free today, and he did a rebel yell and spit in my face.
No. Shut up.
I am not the
I watched you get a camera crew and walk up to him and talk shit about the Braves
afterwards. Because Braves tickets are going for $14 a day, Brandon
won
Walker.
the World Series last year. It's Tuesday. It's 1 o'clock on a Tuesday.
$14 playoff tickets.
It's 1 o'clock on a Tuesday.
And you know Atlanta fandom has been bullshit since the 90s when fucking the stadium was half filled when Maddox and Avery and Glavine.
You get mad at Atlanta people?
Because they're frauds, Brandon Walker.
They just won the World Series.
Okay, the team did, not the Atlanta fans. You know stadiums. The Georgia Dome is always half empty during the playoffs. You know the Atlanta Braves.
Falcons are a different deal. Falcons are weak.
Yeah, they don't even have a hockey team anymore.
That's not – who cares?
And the Thrashers out of town.
Speaking of, hockey starts tonight.
Fuck Trae Young.
Somebody fart.
Yeah, fuck Trae Young. Hell yeah.
Brandon, did you know this? I found this out this morning. Hockey already started. They played a game in Prague.
Yeah, I know, but the Rangers start
cares about
tonight.
hockey.
playing the
Fuck
Lightning.
hockey.
Well, I'm
Match that.
betting on the Rangers tonight because they're in the
Conference
Garden.
God bless.
This guy
Rare
barely
match
talks
Eastern
about the
Conference
MLB playoffs. We're talking about the opening day of hockey.
Why not?
Come on. This is let's.
First of all, how are we barely talking about the MLB playoffs? We talked about it for 20
Oh,
minutes.
today is the first day.
Baseball's bullshit. All right, Oklahoma State,
Ooh, yes.
who already has a big road win at Baylor,
Yes.
is plus 3.5 at TCU. TCU's undefeated, just beat Kansas, but TCU's big wins are beating Kansas and beating Oklahoma, and I don't think either's really great. And now Oklahoma State, who has already proven it on the road against Baylor, they're plus 3.5. That's a very interesting line.
And they've been.
Screams bet TCU, right?
Yeah, yes, I would agree with that. But also, Oklahoma State has been phenomenal in conference,
Yeah.
especially against the number. Phenomenal in conference. They shouldn't have covered last week, but they unfortunately did.
Undefeated Clemson goes to a Florida State team who has lost their last 2 games. It opened at 7. It sits at 3.5 as we talk right
That's
now.
a weird line.
Like
Right?
after,
I like under
even
51.
though,
I think it's going to be like
even though
27.
Florida State held on to cover,
Right there.
I am having a hard time trusting them.
It's an under game.
Yeah. I mean,
But this line screams Florida State. I agree with you 100%.
this line screams Florida State's going to win the fucking game.
And that's why last week I took Florida State because the line against NC State screamed Florida
Should have
State.
won the game.
And they should have won, and then they were
After that
lucky
dumb
just to
pass.
cover at the end. They looked like shit in the second half.
NC State plus 3.5 at Syracuse.
No Devin
It's a
Leary's.
wait to see Larry.
Leary's gonna
He's
be out.
done.
No, it's bad. I just talked to Quiggs.
I knew his shoulder was
It's-
bad. I knew it was bad.
Quiggs said it's bad.
I was reading articles that Babers is preparing for him to play. For
Well, I think
Leary
that's
to
the
play.
smart.
You know,
route.
Babers coaches the other team. He doesn't
Understand-
know.
Okay.
No, but when they pulled him off the field, the shoulder
just-
looked bad.
Maybe let one go.
Okay,
Let one go.
All right.
Okay, let's challenge it then. Let's get in the mud.
No, we're fine.
Don't you think Babers is reading reports or like looking that?
I think Babers has no fear whatsoever of the backup. Go ahead and get ready for the starter and adjust to the
I
backup.
think they lie.
I got you.
Did you see the backup?
That's a fair, yeah.
Backup didn't look bad.
I got you.
He
I
looked
read into
awful. They wouldn't let him throw.
It. Yeah. I read into it.
I mean,
that-
they literally came back and won the
They,
game.
would, they did, but they got a
They
block.
did.
They got a block punt. They got like defensive. They didn't do it on the strength of the backup
Well, I mean,
quarterback.
he didn't just like carry them to victory, but they won the
But
game.
now he's going to be the starter. Is a totally different game.
But I'm saying to come in on the road in Florida, in Tallahassee.
Well, they weren't on the road in
No,
Tallahassee.
No, it was in Tennessee State, was it?
Yeah, it
you're
was in
absolutely-
Carter
excuse me,
Finley
I'm sorry,
Stadium.
sorry, but still, come back down there, win the game. He ran the ball well. I don't know. It could have been worse. It could have been much worse.
They did not trust him. They did not call plays. He's not good.
So have you seen the because it fits with the ACC? Sorry, have you seen the coastal side? Georgia Tech is 2-1 in the fucking.
I understand. Yeah. That's why I thought Pitt was going to go like 10-2 because they had Georgia Tech, Duke, and all these. The Coastal is so bad. The ACC Atlantic's got like 5 good teams, 5 decent teams, and the Coastal's got garbage.
Yeah, so Wake Forest
Miami.
and NC State are 1-1, and I mean,
Nice call in Miami this year. Saying, we just had it out on that.
You had BYU in the playoff.
I did. But Tyler Van Dyke was hot. We had it out on that one.
What's that, Carl?
Mincy, you had BYU in the playoff.
Yeah, I did.
they were sexy. They were sexy.
Hey, my other 3 look good. I have Clemson, Ohio State, and Bama.
I mean, that's
I know.
You don't get credit for Clemson, Ohio State, and Bama.
Body of
that's
work.
just
It's
what college
specific.
football is a stupid. You
don't get credit for-
Whatever. I'm smacking college football this year. I don't want to hear it. I got UCLA to win the.
No, I know.
I don't blame Mincy.
No, I'm doing good this year. Hey, man, I lost 100 units last year. Let me have my moment. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, boy.
Yes, Smitty.
Okay, my apologies, but as somebody who cares about the listeners and the fan base of the show, the chat has requested that we give out our Braves Phillies picks now, so they have enough time to get them in because the game starts at 1.
That's awesome.
I think that's
the chat
fair.
can suck my dick.
Okay.
Hey,
I mean,
just don't
that's-
forget to like and subscribe, too.
Yeah, like-
Smash that like button,
It's the
please.
same chat that, by the way, yesterday was spamming O and L's for the last fucking month, and then as soon as he announced he's leaving, there's all sad stuff. So chat.
I actually think that was a fair point.
That's everything, though.
And then
That's just like-
I got one more college football game I want to talk about, and then we'll move back to our Braves pick.
The
picks.
two unders. Unders first 5, under 7.5.
Okay, can I just talk USC and Utah one time?
Yes.
Phillies first 5 -1/2 plus 200.
Ranger Suarez is starting though. Wait, Brandon, I'm sorry. USC is undefeated still.
Yes.
Big Ev thinks they're frauds. I don't think Brandon does.
Bet with Smitty plus 275. Bryce Harper hit.
Here's my only thing. Here's my only thing about this game. You're going to allow us 30 seconds to talk about this game because he is a big believer in Utah. I'm not a big believer in Utah. And here's my big thing for USC this week. All right, who has Utah lost to?
Florida.
Florida and UCLA.
What do they have in common?
Good running games and physical. On the road.
Very mobile quarterbacks.
Yeah, and
Mobile quarterbacks who can beat you both ways.
on the road.
Anthony Richardson did it to Utah, and he's not even very good. DTR did it, and now they got to face Caleb Williams with those receivers. I don't know. They're still going to play man. They're not going to play. They're not going to adjust their defense. I think USC. Everybody says Utah's a tough place to play. It is, but the matchup sucks for Utah.
I just think both on the road. I just think they're going to be able to score at will. I think their defense is going to hold up better than you think. This, I guess, I've talked about this game just literally before the season started.
And that's what kind of disturbs me is you're so locked in before the season on this outcome that
I just don't think they match up with them well.
I know, but like.
And USC's defense has been a lot better than you think.
Yeah,
It has. The Oregon State game. No, the Oregon State game, they impressed me because Oregon State has a good running.
I think you sat down on it and you're not
quarterback sucks.
But I mean,
he
they
threw
have a
4
good running-
picks.
No, I just think.
I didn't say
Like,
that.
no, I'm not. I'm just saying Cameron Isaac's not going to do that.
No, I know. he
Much
won't.
better quarterback.
All right.
I like Utah too, Ev. I'm in
Utah-
trenches.
Utah minus
I'm in,
three.
especially
Utah's
after the
at
loss last
home,
week.
and they are wearing helmets with the face of a teammate who died this past year. That is worth.
Also, I
how
mean,
is that not
also the line
the
screams Utah.
First thing.
2-loss team versus undefeated team. They're 3-point favorites.
3.5 now.
3.5.
You got it at 3.
Ebo, see if you could pull that up. Google like Utah helmets versus USC.
That's the first thing someone should say.
Rest in peace.
Definitely rest in peace. They're gonna be playing for this kid.
You bind the hook in 3. Utah like hammer play. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
I think Wazoo's due to get another outright ups or finally an outright upset. They're I think they go get Oregon State this week too.
All right, we are 18 minutes away from divisional round starting. I think it starts at 105. The Braves and the Phillies. Boys, if you have – that's their helmet for real?
Yeah, bro.
I mean, that's
Brandon has now changed. The guy who
Not changing,
that
but
shit don't mean
That's
nothing.
the guy who got
Even
shot at the
he is
party?
silent.
That guy's head
That's
is
the guy who got shot at the party last
Possibly.
year?
I don't know how he died, but yeah.
they had
I mean, allegedly.
two guys dying in the span of
is
like
in
Somebody got
your
hurt.
head and your thoughts every second of
I
that
mean,
game.
that has never been done before.
Nope.
That
that's
is
something.
That is their brother.
I'm surprised that got approved.
I am too. I am.
Like I'm shocked that got approved.
I almost won't believe it until I see it on the field.
Phillies and the
I
Braves
saw it right there, but
start in just a minute. Who has a strong feeling about the Phillies and the Braves? Big Ev has raised his hand first. Go.
Philly are clearly way apart. I love the over. Over 7. I think they both score some runs. I think the Braves score quite a bit, but I think the Phillies score as well.
I think the Phillies can be pesky early. Phillies first 5 -1/2 plus 200.
Yeah, Frieda's giving the Phillies fits. Suarez is giving the Rangers fits. I think it's a low-scoring affair.
All right, so those are conflicting ideals we just had.
Fair. This is a democratic show. There is no leader here. So,
Well, I would disagree with that. Carl, what do you think?
I sprinkled Braves parlayed -1.5 with the over, maybe -2.5 or something. 'Cause I think that more likely than not, this is going to be kind of close through 5-6 innings.
I agree.
We'll see. The Braves having time off, the Phillies coming. Now, people are sucking the Phillies' dick. I would like to fucking remind. I'm sorry.
Are they? Are they?
Like yeah, well, they're saying they went to St. Louis. They beat St. Louis convincingly. They had 9 hits in 2 games, and Ryan Helsley went out with a sore vag or whatever.
Fair.
So I don't.
But I wouldn't say there's a lot of dick suckage. I'd say it was a good series.
You're right. You're right. I think people are giving credit to the Phillies for beating the Cardinals, whereas I think the Cardinals beat themselves in Game 1, and then Game 2 was just like a.
What worries me?
Aaron Nola was a gangster. Aaron Nola and Zach Wheeler are straight up fucking gangsters. Now, if this Ranger Suarez today, you get through like 3, 4, 5.
Oh, Ranger. I think Ranger's going to go 5 over
2 times through the lineup.
Yeah.
They're just going to ask him to get through the lineup 2 times.
What really worries me, contradictory to your point, is I think people are undervaluing the Braves some way, somehow. I think the Braves are.
I don't think people are.
I think the Braves are the best team in
I sincerely
baseball
don't think
right
that
now.
people know how good the Braves are
Yeah.
because their core and the shit that they
They're
put together. Austin
so
Riley's as
fucking
good as
good.
anybody.
So what is it?
So good.
Since June 1st, they're playing 70. They're winning 75% of their games or something.
Something absolutely
I
ridiculous.
still think the Dodgers.
I have one very quick observation, just curious. So the new playoff format, the 2 out of 3 going into the 3 out of 5. I don't know if y'all know, it's all these teams number 3 starters against the teams that had buys aces. I'm just wondering, like, is that
Huge
something to look
difference.
out for? Because it's a thing.
Huge difference in American League and National League because the American League is getting the extra off day. So like ALDS, NLDS all starts today. NLDS plays tomorrow, ALDS is off.
Okay.
So ALDS, like, I sincerely think it was baked for. Sorry, Ev. I think it was baked for the Yankees starting pitching. And they were putting the schedule together. Like, well, if we could throw in an extra off day early, then
I have no issues with that. I'll take that.
Good for them.
I think it's smart for MLB. MLB's watch how many. Who are the last couple of AL teams in the? They want to get a piece of the Yankees.
The Astros last
You
year.
want the Yankees Astros so bad.
So bad.
But I'm okay with that. I'll be the first one to say that.
Oh yeah.
So
I want them to fix
if
the
you're
lottery
one of
for
these
next
teams that
forever.
played already, and you're pitching your number 3 against an ace, and you steal a game early, boy, are you set up pretty good?
Yeah, 3 out of 5 too.
Because then you'll have
Seriously.
your guy. So that would be. If the
So
Phillies were
Logan
able to
Gilbert's going against Verlander.
Yeah.
Okay. We got Cal Quantrell's going against Gerrit Cole.
Mm-hmm.
We've got now. Here's where you get tough because you got a fourth here. You got Mike Clevenger going against Julio Urias, and then
The fourth, who has ace stuff.
Ranger
Clever-
Suarez
Clever's
versus
really
Max
good, right?
Fried, where you could take Max Fried and interchange him with Kyle Wright. I think
You can, but Ranger Suarez is as good as a 3 that's at like
He's a 3.
I trust Wheeler, Nola, and Suarez. If they could steal a game today, they're going to have to win.
They're going to win.
They're going to have to win Wheeler and
Nola
Nola's games no matter what in order to win the series. If they can steal one today,
What are our odds for Phillies this week?
We should win one of the. Nolan Wheeler's gonna. One of those two guys is gonna give him another 7 inning 1 hit, or not 1 hit, but
They're
7
gonna
inning,
have to.
1 run.
I don't think I have a play on the game. I have a play. I have Austin Riley to hit a home run.
How about Alec Baum parlayed with Reese Hoskins to get a hit?
Reese has been struggling.
I just like the righties are real Muto. No one talks about, and when you talk about the Phillies, you're
Well,
like,
you
Schwarber and Harper and all that stuff, but like they got great. I mean, JT Realmuto is by far the best catcher.
Oh yeah, by far. I'll give you a name today. Philly Rob gave us a stacked right-handed lineup today. Bryson Scott is out, and Mundo Sosa. Not saying he's going to go yard, but expect him to do something.
All right. Now, sometimes you have to say F it and free your fire when you're talking about gambling, when you're talking about living, when you're talking about doing anything. Fireball helps you say that. You can forget all the responsibilities. So today, we got playoff baseball. And with the F it pick of the day, the Fireball F it pick of the day, Big F.
So this is truly an effort pick. I don't know how people can like this. I gave it out on hot ice. I'm going to take a sprinkle on the Padres. I'm going to take a shot at the Padres tonight, plus 200. They got the momentum. I mean, the Mets series, they really woke up. They played really well. The bats are hot. They're on fire. Dodgers Dodgers been hanging out for a while. They clinched so long ago. They've been just chilling. I'm going to take a shot on the Padres here, plus 200.
I like that.
Don't hate it.
I like that a lot. That makes it. The logic makes sense and everything makes sense. We got a full boat, so let's go around the room. Smitty, give me that ridiculous card of yours.
Not ridiculous. We're keeping it Phil's based. We got the.
That's mine.
Jesus Christ. We got the bet. I mean, Phillies are plus 165. If they're going to win, Bryce is getting a hit. So parlay that up to 275 and the 200s.
All right, fair enough. Marty Mush.
I got the Braves minus 1.5. I got the Yankees minus 1.5, and I got the Mariners money line.
Big F.
So I got the Phillies Braves over 7. I have the Marinos Astros under 7. The Padres Dodgers over 7, as well as they have picked the Padres plus 200.
And
the parade over Padres.
Don't have your
And they parade. Of
Parade
course.
plus 200.
I mean, let's bet on the Yankees here, no?
What do you mean? Well, I mean,
I'm just saying.
I need to watch as a fan.
I know, but
I need them to just win the game. I need to just.
they'll show a little.
I don't like laying 200. You see, I didn't. They're all like minus 200s. I didn't like that.
All right, I have the aforementioned Austin Riley to Homer, Mississippi State. I have the New York Rangers money line. Hockey exists, guys, and we're not going to ignore it because I'm a big hockey guy, and I'm not going to let y'all ignore my sport. Mariners, Astros under, and then Guardians to win the game tonight because why the fuck not? I think it'll be the funniest outcome, so I'm betting on it. Ben Mintz.
All right, I've got Houston by a run and a half, over 3.5 runs for Houston and Gilbert. Rookie starting the first playoff game. The over and Padres Dodgers, and I'm going to add the Padres plus 200. Ev, you convinced me. I like
Oh,
that.
isn't that sweet?
Let's go, Mincy.
Have him go because it's part of the graphic package. I know it's
Rico.
going to go right to Rico.
Yeah, I got Verlander over 5.5 strikeouts. Alvarez to hit a home run plus 300. Guy's a fucking bopper. Dodgers minus the 1.5. And the Phillies first 5 minus a half plus 200, as well as the hit parade plus 200.
Like I said, I Braves over parlayed with the Braves minus 1.5. A little juicy. That should be around plus 350. And then, be fair, I do like the Guardians tonight. I have like a solid play on the Guardians in the series. Like I'm not even saying like, oh, as an underdog, I like the Guardians very much to beat the Yankees.
I didn't
Very, 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 very much.
I didn't say the series odds, but the underdogs are all around like
200.
plus 175, plus 200. I think the Astros are the biggest favorite. The Yankees are minus 205 or something like that. So, so you like the Guardians to win the series?
I love the Guardians to win the series. Like I'm saying, I think it's much closer to a pick'em. I think actually the Guardians have an advantage.
Megan making money took both the Guardians.
Games are fucking won in the 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th inning. The Yankees, if it was a 5-inning game, the Yankees would be awesome. The Guardians are so much better in 6, 7, 8.
If Cole wins today, you'd be getting an awesome price on Guardians.
It'd be awesome. I hope Cole wins tonight so I get that price on it.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful.
A little more sprinkle.
All right, I mistimed it again. We got 30 seconds to kill before we get out of here.
You know, Brandon, getting
talk
a
hockey?
side profile of your hair is nice.
That's the quaff.
Yeah, sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, Carl. And today was a good day. My wife blew dry my hair. I blew dry my hair, and then it was fun. It's good stuff.
Must be nice living at the top, huh?
Well, it is what it is, Carl. Nobody deserves it more than me, brother. So, all right. The music should start in seconds.
Chance to read those papers.
Good luck to both teams.
Good luck to. I hope all teams have fun.
Everybody stay healthy out there.
I hope all teams have fun. And shout out to Mike Trout and Shohei.
Way to go bet the fucking hit parade, please.
Please smash it. 3:30 Eastern start. Smitty, you streaming right now?
Oh yeah, Bet with Smitty available in all states.
Hop on the stream. I'll be rooting for both teams, baby. Runs.
Attaboy, Rico.
Oh, got that fraud.
See the email?
Last time, Philly.